Hey there. Today we're diving into something pretty cool, the waste shark. You know how frustrating it is to see trash in our lakes and rivers? Well, this nifty invention is tackling that problem head on. We've got some info from the company behind it, Ram Marine. And let me tell you, this isn't just another gadget. It's a potential game changer.
What's exciting is how the WasteShark combines a simple concept with cutting-edge technology to create a real-world solution.
Right, okay, so first things first. What exactly is this waste shark? Imagine a mini catamaran, those little two-hulled boats, but with a basket in the middle for scooping up trash. It's small enough to fit in the back of a truck, but big enough to collect a hefty amount of debris.
It's a great example of biomimicry, actually. The WasteShark's design and movement are inspired by whale sharks, those gentle giants that filter feed in the ocean.
So it's like a robotic whale shark, but instead of plankton, it's gobbling up plastic bottles and junk.
That's pretty awesome. And get this, it comes in two versions. Manual, where you can steer it around like a remote-controlled boat, and autonomous, which is where it gets really interesting. With the autonomous model, you can actually program a route for the waste shark to follow, and it can clean up to 5 kilometers on its own.
5 kilometers. That's like cleaning up an entire coastline, all while you're sipping your coffee. And to make sure it doesn't bump into anything out there, it uses LiDAR technology.
Think of LiDAR like radar, but with lasers. It allows the waste shark to see obstacles, so it can navigate safely around boat docks and anything else in its path.
So it's got brains and a brawn. Now I know what you're thinking. Why is this such a big deal? We've all seen trash floating in our waterways, but this goes beyond just picking up garbage.
Exactly. Traditional cleanups are reactive. You wait for the trash to pile up, then you go out and collect it. The waste shark allows for a proactive approach. Think of it like sweeping your floor every day versus waiting for a mountain of dust bunnies to form.
That's a great analogy.
Right.
So instead of waiting for the problem to get out of hand, the waste shark helps prevent it in the first place. And because it's relatively small and maneuverable, it can get into those tight spaces where bigger boats can't reach.
Think about marinas' canals, those narrow areas that are often neglected. The waste shark can zip right in there and keep things pristine.
And let's talk about the wow factors, because there are a few. First off, this thing is incredibly cost-effective. Rand Marine says its yearly fuel cost is like watching 5 hours of TV every day.
That low operating cost is a game changer. It makes the technology accessible to more than just big cities or wealthy organizations. Smaller communities, environmental groups, even individual businesses could potentially afford to deploy a waste shark.
It's democratizing clean water in a way. And on top of that, it's super easy to use. No special training is needed, and you can transport it in a variety of vehicles, a truck, a van, even some SUVs.
That ease of use and transport means less downtime and more efficient cleaning. You can quickly deploy a waste shark to multiple locations in a single day, which is crucial for areas with limited resources or complex shorelines.
Okay, are you ready for the ultimate wow moment?
Yeah.
This thing is all electric, which means zero emissions. No fumes, no oil slicks, just clean green cleaning power.
And that's not just a marketing gimmick. It's a crucial aspect of its environmental impact. Not only does it prevent the release of harmful pollutants into the air, but it also protects sensitive aquatic ecosystems from potential oil spills or fuel leaks. It's a win-win for the environment.
It's amazing how much thought has gone into making this a viable solution, not just a cool piece of tech. I mean, we've talked about how efficient and user-friendly it is, but what about its actual cleaning power? How much trash can this thing actually gobble up?
Well, hold on to your hats, because according to Rand Marine, the waste shark can clear up to 500 kilograms of debris per day. To put that in perspective, that's like the weight of a grand piano being removed from our waterways. Daily.
That's incredible. I'm picturing it cruising along, silently sucking up all that trash, like a robotic vacuum cleaner for the ocean.
And it's not just plastic bottles and bags either. The waste shark can also collect biomass, like algae blooms, which can be harmful to aquatic life.
Oh, that's a good point. It's not just about making our waterways look cleaner. It's about improving the overall health of the ecosystem.
Exactly. And what I find particularly interesting is how this ties into the bigger picture of sustainable waterfront design.
Okay, let's dive into that. What do you mean by sustainable waterfront design?
Imagine cities and towns planning their waterfront areas with waste sharks in mind. Instead of building seawalls and barriers to keep trash out, they're deploying these little robots to keep things clean from within.
So we're talking about a fundamental shift in thinking, right? From reacting to pollution to preventing it from the start.
Precisely. It's about creating a more symbiotic relationship between urban environments and our waterways.
I love that. It's not just about cleaning up the mess. It's about reimagining our relationship with water altogether, What would that look like in practice?
Well, picture waterfront parks with designated WasteShark docks or floating cafes with built-in trash collection points. It could become a seamless part of the landscape.
That's a really cool vision. And it's not just about aesthetics either. Think about the impact on tourism recreation and even property values when waterways are consistently clean and healthy.
Absolutely. Cleaner water attracts more people, encourages more investment, and ultimately creates a positive feedback loop where everyone benefits.
It's a win-win for the environment, the economy, and the community. This really got me thinking about the possibilities. What stands out to you from what we've learned so far?
For me, it's the potential for this technology to change the way we collect and analyze data about pollution. Imagine the insights we could gain if these waste sharks were constantly gathering information about the types and sources of waste in our waterways.
It's like turning these little robots into environmental detectives.
Exactly. We could identify pollution hotspots, track the movement of debris, and develop even more targeted solutions to prevent it in the first place.
So we're not just cleaning up the mess, we're learning from it
Yeah.
and using that knowledge to create a more sustainable future. That's incredible.
Hmm.
It feels like we're moving from a mindset of damage control to one of proactive stewardship. And that's a really exciting shift.
It is, and it reflects a broader trend we're seeing across many sectors, using technology not just to fix problems, but to design a better future.
We're not trying to go back to some pristine past, but using innovation to shape a healthier tomorrow.
This brings us to a question worth considering. If this technology becomes as widespread as Rand Marine hopes, how might it change how we design and interact with our waterfronts?
That's a great question. Instead of building walls and barriers to keep trash out, we're deploying these little robots to keep things clean from within.
Precisely. It could lead to more open and accessible waterfronts, where people feel connected to the water, rather than separated from it.
Imagine waterfront parks designed with WasteShark docks, or floating cafes with built-in trash collection points. It could become a seamless part of the urban landscape.
And if the data collected by these devices is shared and analyzed, it could provide valuable insights into pollution patterns, helping us identify the sources and develop even more targeted solutions.
So we're not just cleaning up the mess, we're learning from it and preventing it from happening again. It's a full circle approach.
The waste shark is a fascinating example of how technology can be a force for positive change, but it's up to us to harness its potential and steer it in the right direction.
Well said. Well, it seems we've reached the end of our deep dive today. We've explored the waste shark from its clever design to its potential impact on our relationship with water.
I encourage you to learn more about the waste shark and consider how this type of technology could be implemented in your own community.
Every action, no matter how small, can contribute to a cleaner and healthier planet. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep those curiosity currents flowing.